Hi, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar. As you know, we're going to be talking about the different artificial or different analytics that we can offer for the stadiums and events. My name is Álvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales for the company Grecom Technologies, and I'm going to be the person that is going to be conducting today's webinar. Just to let you know, we're going to be recording the webinar so we can share all this information with not just the people that are attending, but also with the people that registered and didn't have the chance or couldn't attend to today's webinar. Okay. So first of all, I would like to do a brief introduction of our company. We're a company that was founded in 2005, so we have been in business now for the 17 years. And we are very specialized on developing real-time image analytics, and we are very specialized on thermal imaging. That is our biggest area of expertise. Although we also have solutions for day and night cameras, but our biggest area of expertise will be thermal imaging. What we do is we market different solutions from some other companies, solutions that we are not expert on it, and then we are not planning to get into developing such solutions. We market it for some other companies, but out of all the solutions that we're going to be talking about today, about 80% of them have been developed by us. Currently, we have over 30 different analytics developed, okay, which I will explain later on. We export to 64 countries. Our biggest area of influence will be the Middle East, North America, United States and Canada, and then South Europe and LATAM or South America. Okay. We can offer the full chain of value. That means that we have our own R&D department, which is not just responsible for developing the solutions that we sell, but also is responsible for customizing or tailor-made the solutions that we offer to some of our clients. Sometimes when you go to big projects, you need to adapt or need to adjust to the existing protocols or to the existing procedures. So sometimes you have to modify and adjust the solution according to their needs. So this is one of the responsibilities of our R&D department. Also, we have an integration department which is responsible for integrating or guarantee that all our solutions communicate correctly with existing VMSs, cameras, access control devices, and then also with digital input and output models. Okay, let me just put on silence my mobile. Then we have our department, which is responsible for a system setup or pre-sales. So one of the key advantages that we offer is whenever we sell our licenses, the price includes the setup and configuration. We do it remotely. And then so for the system integrator or for the end user, they have the warranty that the solution is going to be working as expected. Okay. So in most of the cases, what we usually recommend before we go to a new client or to a new project, we usually recommend them to do a proof of concept. We grant the licenses for free. We configure for them so they can test it. And then if the solution performs as they expected, then we move on to the sales. Okay. And then also we have the after sales department, which is responsible for attending any potential problems that might show up with any of the licenses, communication problems, or and so on. There is any bugs coming in and so on. Okay. So right now I'm gonna show you our portfolio of solutions. Okay, so we have solutions for perimeter surveillance, solutions for thermal cameras and for day and night cameras and for PTC cameras. Also, we have solutions for marine surveillance. So we also can work here with fixed or PTC cameras. Then we have our own VMS. We can offer two options. We have a VMS with artificial intelligence, which I'll explain later on. And then we have a VMS without artificial intelligence. That is basically what it does is records all the events records 24/7 and all the events that the analytics are detecting. We also have the cybersecurity. We are very specialized on data loss prevention. So that is one of the biggest areas of expertise. We have face recognition, so we have solutions for access control, face detection, demographic analysis, people tracking, and so on. Also, we have solutions for automation and safety. We are very specialized on the oil and gas and critical infrastructures. That is where we have more solutions developed for. We have solutions for fire prevention. We have here two solutions, one for industrial and one for forest. So this is, and the last solution, or the last area that we have, is the healthcare. Given the pandemic situation in the past years, I mean, we had solutions to monitor people with high temperature. Okay, so this is our complete portfolio of solutions that right now we can offer. Okay, now we're gonna go more in deep over the solutions that we have for the stadiums and events. Okay, so for the outside of the stadiums and events, okay, well, what can we offer? Okay, so we have solutions for perimeter surveillance. Here we can either go with thermal imaging or with day and night cameras. In case that we go with day and night cameras, we can go with artificial intelligence. So that is a very accurate solution that is able to distinguish between human and animals and vehicles. So it does auto-classify the objects. So it is very accurate. Okay, you can have a ticket validation. This is a solution that this is kind of like a double identification. So whenever someone reaches the gate of the stadium, what we do is we make sure, I mean, we do double identification with the face and with the ticket. If the identification of the ticket and the face doesn't match, the person cannot come in. So what we do is here we prevent from people reselling the tickets on special events. And then also what we do is people that is no longer authorized because, I mean, has created some sort of problems in the past and is not allowed or not welcome into the stadium, so we can detect it before they can come in. Also, we can do access with facial recognition. So in case that in some events, I mean, especially for members, they don't even have to carry the ticket. I mean, just with the face recognition, we can grant them the access. On the parking, what we can do is we can do all the monitoring of all the parking with a license plate recognition and parking management. And then also we can do forensic analysis on the outside with our VMS with artificial intelligence. Here, I will explain you later on, but this is a very unique solution and I think is very convenient for this type of industry. Inside the stadium halls, we can do surveillance, people tracking, so we can know exactly how the people are moving, how many people come in. We can do queue management. So also we can do the bar snack area monitoring and management, so we can come out with statistics based on how many people are on the queue, how many people pass by the snack bar, how many people bought. So we can come out with real statistics on this. And then on the bleachers, we can do forensic analysis, facial recognition in case that we need to recognize someone that has created a fight or has created some sort of problems. And then also we can do the flare detection. We can detect the person that has light up the flare. And then for office, we can have access control with facial recognition, cybersecurity. And then, as you know, most of the stadiums, they have their own substation, so they can guarantee the power supply during the event. So here what we do is power substation monitoring. Basically, what we do is we monitor all the components of that substation, and what we can do is we can detect those components when you start getting overheating, so we can predict a failure. Okay, so this is a kind of like a preventive maintenance solution. So all these are the different solutions that we're going to be talking today about it. So here is a brief resume of what can we offer for this type of industry. The first solution that I would like to do is the VMS with artificial intelligence. Okay, this was a solution that was the Red Dot winner in 2021. So it's the smartest solution that was presented to the contest. So what is this is what is a VMS with artificial intelligence? Okay, most of the VMSs that you find on the market, basically what they do is they record 24/7, and then what they do is they record all the events of all the analytics that are connected to that VMS generate. Excuse me. So here, a VMS with artificial intelligence, what it does is, as you're recording, is adding tags to those objects or to those persons that is recording. Okay, what does this mean? For example, imagine that you are in a parking lot. You will be recording, okay, this is the vehicle. You will be recording the license plate number. And then also you will be recording the color of the vehicle, and you will be recording the type of vehicle and the model of the vehicle. Okay, so all this will be done automatically. So you don't have to enter any data. So the system is recognizing automatically, is adding tags to each one of the images. So what you do is you have kind of like a search tool. So whenever you want to do some forensic analysis, the only thing that you need to do is to enter exactly what you're looking for. For example, okay, I want you to look for this license plate number, or I want to look for all the cars that are white, for example, or are red. And then I want to look for a specific model of a car. Okay, so what you do is you upload into the search tool whatever you're looking for, and then automatically the VMS is gonna download all the videos or images that correspond to your search criteria. But this also can be done not just with vehicles, but also can be done with humans. Okay, this means, for instance, imagine that you are, whenever it's recording a person, is gonna record the face, is gonna record the gender, if he's a male or if he's a female, the type of clothing, so if he's wearing short sleeves, long sleeves, skirt, jeans, shorts, and so on, and then also the color of the clothing. Okay. So whenever you want to do a search of a person, imagine that you're in one child got lost on the stadium, and then you need to search for that specific child. You can upload the image of the face of that person, and then automatically the system is going to come out with all the images that are similar to this face that you uploaded. And when I say similar, it is because most of these cameras are located on the roof. Sometimes they don't have the right angle. So to have a very high level of accuracy on the face recognition, regardless the distance or regardless the position of the camera, is very difficult. So what we do is we come out with faces that are similar to the one that you are uploading. Okay. Another one of the benefits or key advantages that this VMS has is that besides recording and doing all the artificial intelligence analysis, it also brings 4 analytics included on the price. You have perimeter surveillance, license plate number, face recognition, and sound analytics. Sound analytics, it is, for example, if you are in an event and there is people yelling, screaming, or there is an alarm or a glass breaking and so on. So this type of this analytic will detect all these noises and automatically will spot that specific person. Okay. Also, with this system, what you can do is you can do people counting, people tracking, always as long as it's in the field of view of the camera. You can track down the person throughout within your premise, within your facility. And then also you can do asset management. So for example, in a specific area, there is no people, what you can do is you can shut down the lights, shut down the air conditioning, or imagine that you are in a one restroom. So what you can do is also, if there is no people inside, you can send the cleaning crew so they can do the cleaning meanwhile there is no people inside. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the architecture. We can either go with our own cameras. The key advantage of our own cameras is, first of all, that the analytics are embedded into the cameras, and also the recording is embedded into the camera. Okay. So, and then you can have 30, 60, 90, or 120 days recording. Okay, depending on what you need. By default, all the cameras come with a 30-day recording. And then when you're using our camera, since the analytics are embedded and the recording is embedded, you don't need any servers. So you can manage directly through the cloud. Whenever you use our own cameras, you have 30 days free of charge cloud recording, and it's included on the price. Okay. And then as for in case that you go to a project that you already have the cameras deployed, you can also use this system. The only thing is that you will need a server, and that is where we will have the analytics and the recording, okay? And then also you can connect the server through the cloud, or you can access directly, always as long as any of the workstations is connected to the same network as the server, okay? So here I'm going to show you a video on how the search tool for this solution works.
Welcome to AvoWare. Today we're going to cover search. Search is a tool that allows us to search for specific events that may have occurred across one or multiple cameras. This allows us to search for things like the appearance of a person or a vehicle, a line cross event where a vehicle or person has crossed a specific virtual line that we've drawn, loitering events where a person or a vehicle may have been stationary for too long in one place, indicating something like an idling vehicle that may be outside of a loading dock or outside of an airport, or a person that may just be acting suspiciously in an area that they should not be. We can also alert on sound detection, and this leverages the onboard sound detection in our AvoWare cameras that can detect things like glass breaks, loud noises, smoke alarms, and many more audio models that are being added with each release. So, for example, if we were to create a line cross search, what we can do is we can choose what kind of objects we want to search for. We can stick with any or go down to a specific person. This person can be specified based on gender or based on the attire that they're wearing in the top or the lower quadrant of their body, and you can combine both colors as well, looking for people in uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out, as this person just did in this example, we can unclick the entering direction so that we're only looking for the direction of travel out the door. And then we can choose the time period that we're searching for. This can be anywhere from specific minutes down to a block of time that may be days or hours. And in our case, when we're just looking for the last 30 minutes worth of search, we're presented with all of the events that correspond to our search criteria. So in our case, we're looking for people that are exiting. And if I highlight over that video, we're going to see the people that are exiting. I can click into this video to see it in greater detail. This will allow me to see not only the event that occurred, but the object within our floor plan as that user exits this building. I can then click to act on that activity. But we can also see in our parking lot as a person was crossing that virtual line that we created. So this allows us to very quickly get to the events that matter to us and then act on them. These different video clips that we have captured here can then be exported. So we can take the relevant information by clicking the plus, and we can choose to share or save. So we can export this as an MP4. We can share this as a publicly accessible link. We can bookmark it so that these video clips do not get deleted by typical retention. And of course, we can also do similarity searches if we want to look for people that are similar to the objects that have been detected in these environments. Now, you're also presented with the ability to create a rule. We have a whole nother section dedicated to creating rules based off of searches as well as other parameters. I implore you to check that out.
Okay, now we're gonna move ahead and go to the next solution that we can offer. We have the face recognition. Also, this is a solution that is very accurate. I will say that is one of I would say in the top 7 solutions that are available on the market. Okay, and this is it has been certified by the NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology in the US. So we can have 99.87% of accuracy on what we call it wild faces or faces without mask, and 98.6% of accuracy with face mask. Okay, it's a solution that follows with all the privacy regulations. Is one of the fastest solutions in the market. Okay, and then also one of the key advantages is that one of the solutions that less processing requirements needs. It can work on premise, on cloud, or hybrid, and it's also compatible with all the operating systems: Windows, Macs, Linux, Android, and iOS. And then also we have our own API, or you can use our own SDK in case that you want to integrate it with an existing solution. Here is the graphic where it shows the test that was done by the NIST. Okay, so you can see here on the upper right corner, it is our solution. So as you can see on the vertical band is the requirements, the processing requirements of all the different solutions that were tested, and on the horizontal is the fastest. So as you can see here is we are among the ones that less requirements need for the less processing requirements we need, and also the fastest. And as you can see here on the result, the NIST, in order to pass the test, you need to have an accuracy of 0.0285, and we were able to accomplish 0.0027. So we are far beyond what they were requesting. So here, this is a solution that we are deploying on different stadiums and events. This is what we call it Scan. This is a plug and play solution. It has it's a device that you can handle. You can support up to databases up to 20,000 people. Okay, and then it has a 3D camera, and it also has an infrared lighting, microphone, and a speaker. So with this solution, I mean, one of the key benefits of it is how fast the people is recognized on how many people you can grant access in a minute. I mean, the average is between 35 to 45 people per minute. So it's a very fast access control device. It's also integrated with OSDP and WeGAN. So that means that we are compatible with all the main access control platforms available on the market. Also, you can have tailgating detection. So in case that the person that is on front is authorized and the person behind is not authorized, is trying to access with the same identity as the person right in front, the system is going to be able to identify it. Okay, can work indoors and outdoors, and then also has the anti-spoofing. This is the anti-spoofing means that the camera is going to be able to distinguish between a real and an unreal face. So in case that someone is trying to supplant the identity with a picture or with a video or with an image on a smartphone, the system is going to be able to distinguish between a real and an unreal face. Okay. And then also this solution, we can use it for ticket validation. As I explained to you at the beginning, some of the customers, what they do is they do kind of like a double identification. So you go with the ticket, and if the identity or the face does not correspond with the ticket, you're not granted the access. Or in case that, for example, a person that is on the blacklist or is not authorized to coming into the stadium, if the system detects it, it will block the entrance, so that person will not come in. Okay. So from the monitoring or security point of view, we can do mass detection, social distancing, audience management. That means that we can do people counting, we can do where people gathering and so on. So we can do congestion prediction, the suspect detection, which is kind of what we say before, the blacklist. Okay, activity monitoring, so see how people are moving inside the premises. Okay, and then you can have the multi-factor authentication, which I already explained. From the facial recognition, we can have access control, VIP recognition. This is very important for loyalty programs. So You can identify people that has come to several events. For example, imagine that you are an event company and you want to identify the people that has attended to more than 2 events of yours. So this is you record all the faces so you can identify them. And then from the analytics point of view, you can do demographic analysis, so you can classify the people by gender and by age. And then also you have by facial expression, so in case that you have some sort of advertisement to see how people react. And then if you want to analyze the sentiment of the people once they come out from the event, so you can see, you can, by the faces, you can see if they're happy or not happy. You can do heat maps, queuing time, dwell time, how much time the people spend inside your premise. So what we do is we register whenever they come in. Whenever they come out, we
Introducing
already
SaferScan, the
we
first
register so we can
full-featured
figure out
intelligent
how much
biometric
time that
access
person
control
spend
edge
inside your
solution
premises.
priced for
Okay.
broad-based applications.
So here I'm gonna put you a
SaferScan
video
is
on how
fast
this
and
scan device
touchless
works.
to expedite safe pedestrian traffic. And SaferScan works as well in outdoor locations as it does inside, even in challenging lighting conditions. SaferScan's advanced algorithms and 3D liveness ensure accurate identification and authorized access, while unknown individuals will be rejected, and real-time alerts are automatically issued if tailgating is detected. Management reports capture every entry for audit and compliance reviews. A self-contained PoE solution, SaferScan is also fast and easy to install. Plus, SaferScan works with leading access control platforms. High-performance biometric access control made affordable. Only with SaferScan.
Okay, so this is we're gonna move on to the perimeter lockout, which this is a solution for perimeter surveillance that can work with either day and night cameras, or we can either work with thermal imaging cameras. The key benefits of this is that can work with has multiple detection rules. You can have intrusion, you have line crossing, intrusion or presence, prowling, or abandoned object. How to classify persons and vehicles. So what it does is, I mean, you can distinguish between a human and a person, okay? And then whatever you don't want to detect, such as animals, camera movement, light shadows, raindrops on the lens, and so on, all this will get discriminated, so it will not generate false alarms. This solution is compatible with all the main IP cameras available on the market. It's integrated with Maston and also with Genetec, okay? And then we are continuing to integrating with some other VMSs. Another one of the solutions that we're gonna work is with the data loss prevention. As you know, on the stadiums, on the offices, there is a lot of data that the people manage, like ID numbers, credit card numbers. There is identification addresses, a lot of personal data. So here, I mean, what we're trying to do is we try to prevent from data loss. Okay, so this is a solution that was certified by the U.S. Cyber Command. Okay, so as a matter of fact, this is one of the solutions that has been deployed with the FBI. It's certified by the JISTC and then NITTF. Okay, and it also was the Cybersecurity Awards winner in 2021. Okay. So this is a very friendly use solution, and then very, I mean, very accurate. Okay. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how this solution works. So let me explain how we do. What we do is all those workstations that are connected to the network. What we do is we download a license. And with that license, what we do is we are monitoring all the activity of all those workstations. So what do we monitor? So what we do is we sit down with the property or with the company, and then we develop an IT policy of all the activities that they want to detect, such as screenshots, printing documents that are authorized, saving documents that you're not authorized, sending documents that are not secure, accessing applications you're not authorized to, or accessing Wi-Fi networks that is not safe or you're not authorized to. You're working for locations you're not authorized. So basically what we do is we monitoring all the activity that is happening on that workstation. And whenever we detect that any of those actions does not follow the IT policy of the company, automatically we detect it. And then all that information is being sent to a central dashboard where we can monitor all the workstations in real time. And then also we can have like an overview of the whole company to see who is breaching the IT policy and who is following the rules. But besides detecting, also what we do is we interact. So what we can do is we can block the workstation. We can isolate the equipment or the computer. We can send an alert, or we can do a screenshot, so we can show later on to the employee what action he did and it was not correct. Okay. All right, so this will be all the different solutions that we have from the safety and now from the security. So and now we're gonna move into the safety solutions. So one of the solutions that we deal with is the transformer monitor. As you know, in all the stadiums and large events, there is a substation in order to guarantee the power supply. So here, what we do is we are monitoring all the components of that substation. And then what we're doing is we are detecting overheating components. So for instance, we are detecting all the switches, all the viewheads, all the batteries, and so on. So whenever we detect that any of those components compared to the other ones gets overheated, that means that on the short term is going to have a problem. So before that problem, that small problem becomes a major problem. So what we can do, we can anticipate and we can detect it. Okay. So this is kind of like a preventive maintenance solution. Also, we have solutions for the employees to wear the right equipment. As you know, most of them, they need to wear the reflective vest, protective boots, and so on. So what we do is with this, what we do is we can monitor with artificial intelligence, we can monitor that all the employees are wearing the right equipment inside the premise. And then another one of the solutions that we have is the people tracking and statistics. Okay, so here this is kind of like a cameras that you deploy it on the roof, and then what you can do is people tracking, counting, and then also can do statistics. Okay, this solution can work on the cloud or can also work on server. And here are some different examples of the dashboard of what can we do with this type of solution. So here, for example, you can see that there is four sites. We have Barcelona, Lisbon, Paris, and Madrid. Okay, and then so this is the total visits that we have in all these four stores. How many adults, how many children, and then the percentage of it. And then also we can see, okay, out of all these four shops, how many tickets we did. So there was out of 1,300, 1,371, 411 bought in the shop. Okay, so the conversion rate was 34.48. Okay, and then also for the people of interest, I mean, the conversion was 53%, almost 53. Okay. Also, we can do the queue management. Okay, so how many people were on the queue? What is the average time that they spend? Okay, how many people? That is the average time that they stay. What is the average of how much time usually the people stay? And then you also can have the graphics, so you can monitor. I mean, at what time you have longer queues and so on. So you can adapt the counters in order to speed up the queue management. Okay, and also you can monitor the people that pass by the area that you want to monitor. Here, what we do is we do it with the Wi-Fi connection. So here, what we do is we capture the max of all the mobiles that pass by that specific point. So for this specific, we know that, for example, on these four shops, 38,800 people pass by the shops. 4.4% of the people enter, okay, and 2.5 of the people bought, okay. And then Also, what you can do is you can have like the statistics. So here you have like a general dashboard on, you can go by each one of the locations that you're monitoring and so on. Okay. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you some success cases that we had in the past on the defense and law. As I explained to you, we have worked with the FBI. We have deployed the data loss prevention solution and also the VMS with artificial intelligence. On the NATO, we have done the access control. This is on NATO headquarters in Brussels. For example, we have done the perimeter surveillance of the King Faisal Air Academy in Saudi Arabia. Also, we do the perimeter surveillance on Rota military base, which is a US and Spanish military base in Spain. We are in charge of all the perimeter surveillance of the Spanish Navy and also the Spanish Air Force. On the oil and gas, we have been as the standardized embedded solution with access cameras for perimeter surveillance with Saudi Aramco. And then also we do the CEPSA, we do all the perimeter surveillance for them. CEPSA is the second largest oil company here in Spain. And then with Resolve, we also do automation and safety solutions. On critical infrastructures, Madrid International Airport, we do the perimeter surveillance. On telecommunications, we work with companies such as AT&T, Etisalat on the Emirates, Telefonica in Spain and South America, Facebook on the United States, Hitachi also in North and South America. Here I'm going to show you, for example, on the people counting and statistics, people tracking. So here are some of the events that we have done. For example, the Mobile Congress in Barcelona, Sagrada Familia, which is the one of the most popular tourist places in the world, shopping centers. So this is some of the shopping centers that we have done on transport. Here, for example, in Madrid, also International Airport, we do the monitoring. On retail, so this is companies that we have deployed our system for tracking and statistics. So something like Levi's, okay, Vodafone, I don't know, Dockers, Samsung, I don't know, Phone House. There is big companies here. And then also, I don't know, like hospitality and supermarkets and so on. And then as for distribution, we have global agreements with Anixter and ADI. Okay, and then also we have with Ingram Micro, we have distribution agreements and ScanSource for the US, or sorry, right now it's called Incomex. And then this is some of the installer companies that we have worked with: Prosegur, G4S, Securitas, Indra, AT&T, Thales, Stanley, I don't know. So this will be pretty much our presentation. So here you have my contact details in case that you need to get in touch with me. You have my mobile telephone number, and then you also have my email address. In case that you want to test any of the solutions that we presented to you today, you can either send me an email or you can request a demo in our website. Demos are free of charge. Okay, so you don't have to pay unless there is a POC and a specific POC that requires the purchase of the equipment. Okay. So right now, in case that you have any questions or doubts, you can either use your chat or you can open your microphone and then ask any questions. Also remember that most of the all our solutions include the setup and configuration, so you don't have to worry about the configuration or training. Of course, we can do training for you guys so you are familiar with the solution, but in most of the cases, we are in charge of deploying, configuring, and fine-tuning the solution, and that is included on the price. I think Shawat was going to ask a question. Thank you for the presentation. how does your analytics pricing work? Is it one-time license or recurring? Okay, there is you can either go on perpetual or you can go on subscription model. There's some people they just prefer to go on subscription model because they just want it for a specific event. And there is some people that they just want it perpetual because I mean this is a stadium and they wanted to use it constantly. So you can either go on both. You can either go on subscription or you can go on perpetual licensing. In case that you go with the VMS with artificial intelligence, the license is subscription, okay? Because the license includes the recording, includes the analytics, and also includes the interface for the VMS, and then you pay a fee per year that is not more expensive than 12 or 13 euros per month per license, okay? And then as for the face recognition, you can either do subscription or you can either do perpetual. And for the rest of licenses, it's the same. You can go subscription or perpetual. Any more questions we have here? Also, it's very important, as I said before, that in case that you want to test any of the solutions, you can request a demo. We can do an online demo or we can do a POC. And then in case that you want to go more in deep over any of these solutions, you can get in touch with me. As I said before, we're going to share with you a copy of this presentation and then also a video of the presentation so you can go over all the information. Okay. Do you have a smart city deployments? Any examples, please? We have done a smart city with Sharm el-Sheikh. That is the largest project that we have done. So we are in charge of all the perimeter surveillance and also to monitor all the streets, traffic, and so on. Yes, we have experience in that. And that is the largest one. We have done smaller projects for shopping centers and so on. But as a smart city project, that will be the highlight. Okay, we have an office we used to have, but we closed it right on 2020 when the pandemic situation. And then right now we are in the process of reopening again the office, simply because I mean the Middle East is right now our number one market. I mean, especially Saudi Arabia and the Emirates are the areas where we are more successful selling our solutions. So I think by Q1 2023 we should have an office open in the Emirates. How many analytics licenses were used for your largest smart city project? Okay, on the Sharm el-Sheikh, I think it was over 2,000 cameras, I think it was, because there is on the perimeter surveillance, we used to have the thermal imaging cameras, PTC thermal imaging cameras, and also radar. And then inside the city, and then also on lobbies, on hotels, and key areas, I think it was over 2,000. And then if you go to a shopping mall, usually depends on the size, but usually we are among between on the 700 to 900 cameras. But size for us is not a problem because I mean for example with the artificial intelligence VMS this is very scalable. Okay, so even we have servers that can support up to 400 cameras. So that's 200 between 200 and 300 would be the maximum that we have deployed. Failover. Okay. This is a solution that there is, for example, is not included on the VMS with artificial intelligence. It may be included. It will be a solution that we have for the safety. But this is a solution that is independently. We will have to deploy it independently. Okay. So, but I mean, basically here, what it does, I mean, it's just like analyzes the skeleton, or let's call it the body, and then whenever we see that that body is not moving and is on a horizontal or is on the ground, then is when we detect it. Okay, so basically we analyze the morphology of the person, and then so we can analyze the arms, the legs, and head, and how the whole body is. Oh, server failover. Okay. Here you have two options. Usually in most critical projects, what we do is we have redundant setup, okay? And then also in some of the cases, what we do is we work with on cloud and then also on premise. So in when you have the redundant, I mean, it's kind of like duplicating the system in a way that whenever something, one of the server fails, automatically connects with another server which has the same configurations and carry on. And then also in case that we have the cloud connection, what we do is we have like a backup on the cloud, and then you can run everything on the cloud. Always as long as, of course, as you have a good internet connection with the cloud. But in most of the cases, when it's critical, we have redundant setups. Okay. Does your analytics is GPU or CPU? GPU. Sorry, CPU. All of them use CPU, except the analytics for the artificial intelligence with the VMS that use GPU. But in this case, we sell the server, so everything will be included. That means that whenever you buy the VMS, depending on the number of cameras, we will sell you also, in case that you want to use a server base, we will also sell you the server with all the right specifications. What is the limitation of streams per one VMS server? Okay, we have deployed servers. We have a server which is not customized and then can support 200 cameras. Okay, and then in case that we need to get larger, we can customize it. Okay, but this is for large scale projects. But we have servers for 50, 75, 100, 200 cameras. I think SWAT is asking another question here. Okay. Well, thank you for your questions. I'm glad we have some questions, and then we were able to respond satisfactorily all of them. So anyone has more questions? Okay, well, in this case, thank you very much for attending to today's webinar, and thank you for all the questions. As I said, here you have my contact details in case that you want to get in touch with me. And then, of course, if you want to have like a demo, please feel free to get in touch with us. Okay. Okay. Thank you, and let's keep in touch, and we will send you all the information within the upcoming days. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.